Welcome back to my Fusion for Absolute Beginner series. Today we're going to be making this ribbed vase. To make this vase, we will be going over Revolve, Shell, Emboss/Deboss. Either one will work. I use Deboss, but Emboss should work the same. And then we also pattern on Path. Let's get into it. Once you open up Fusion, go ahead and open up a new part design. First thing I'm going to do is insert a canvas so I have a template of the shape that I want. If you want to make the same vase that I'm making, I have linked the canvas that I'm using in the description below as a free download. I'm going to go to Insert, Canvas, Insert from my computer, and I'm going to hit my ribbed vase template. Open. Then I'm going to hit one of my vertical planes and OK. From here, I'm going to hit front on my cube so it's directly in front of me so I can calibrate it to make the vase the height that I want it. Since I inserted a canvas, it's over here on the side. I'm going to hit this down arrow on canvases and right click on ribbed vase template, calibrate. Then I'm going to find my center point at the top and center point at the bottom. Now I'll be able to type in the height that I want. I want it to be 120 millimeters tall. So I type in 120 and hit enter. Now for this template, I'm only going to draw half of it. So I'm going to start with a new sketch, create sketch, hit the same plane that you placed your template on if you're using one. Then I'm going to draw my center line first. Now it doesn't have to be exactly on it. Just make sure you have a center line and that check mark. Now I'm going to draw my top and bottom lines first. So I'm going to find the top of my template, click, make sure I'm at a 90-degree angle. And let's make it a little bit bigger than 28 where I pulled it out. Let's do 30. Enter. In templates, you don't have to draw them exact. They're just there so you can get the general shape and height if you calibrate it correctly. Then I'm going to find my bottom. So again, make sure I'm at a 90-degree angle. We'll do 30 for here too. And enter to get out of the tool. Now I'm going to take my spline tool to get my curves. So spline, start on that top point and just follow the curve around. And make sure I end on that point as well and hit my check mark. Enter to get out of the spline tool, and that is all I need for this first sketch. So I'm going to hit finish sketch and hide my canvas for now. I will bring it back when I want to sketch my rib. From here, we're going to revolve this. So we go up here to create, hit revolve. If it's not on the top like mine, hit that down arrow and it is right here. For this, it automatically selected the profile actually, so make sure that is selected. Then your axis is going to be your center line that you created. And with Revolve, you can do partial, full, or to object. We're going to do a full. And then new body and OK. And now it's time to shell this. I'm going to select my top plane and go to modify, shell. And I'm going to make it a 3 millimeter wall. And I also want to make sure that my direction is inside. So I have all that selected and OK. Now you could stop here. This is a perfectly good base. Super simple, easy to do. But we're going to add the rib just to give it a little bit extra. So hide that first sketch because I no longer need it. I'm going to bring back my canvas. And to get the rib, we are going to do an emboss or deboss, whichever you prefer. To do that, we need to construct an offset plane. So go over here to construct, offset plane, hit that same plane that you used earlier, and I'm just going to drag it to where it's no longer touching my base. That way it's off of it. Okay, now create a sketch on the new plane, and I am going to trace this line for my rib. So for that, I'm going to start with spline. And you want to make sure when you're doing this that your line starts above your base and goes to where it is below it. So I'm just going to follow this around. Again, since it's a template, it doesn't have to be exact. It just gives you kind of the idea that you want. And then once you get to the bottom, hit that check mark. And then you can always go in here. I'm going to hit enter to get out of the spline tool and adjust your points. Click on them and you can change the anchors as well. It changes the way your curves are. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to select that line and I'm going to duplicate it to create the rib. So select the line. I'm going to hit M on my keyboard, or you can go up here to modify, move / copy. Then you'll see your little move copy panel. Go down to create copy and make sure that is checked. Then I'm going to hit my arrow and move it 1.5 millimeters and enter. And because I hit create copy, it created one 1.5 millimeters away. Now I need to enclose this. So go up here to line tool, select both of those points. That'll create a line closing those two together, and do the same thing at the bottom. Hit those 2 points and now it's its own profile and you'll be able to select it to create the rib. So finish sketch, and now I'm done with the canvas. I'm going to hide that again. To create the rib, select it, and then go up here to create and emboss. My sketch profile is already selected. Now I'm going to select my face, which is the vase. Then I'm going to change this to deboss and to 1 millimeter instead of 2. Hit OK. Hide that sketch, and now you have one rib made, and you can see it goes down the bottom and the top. From here, we're going to pattern this feature around on the path. To get to that, just you can hit rectangular pattern. All 3 pattern types show up on your panel. Then select your pattern on path. Object, I'm going to change to features. Now I'm going to select that deboss that I did. Then go back over here for path and select the outer rim of the top of the vase. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over here to orientation and change it from identical to path direction before I move this arrow all the way around. And then you can zoom in, make sure you get the spacing that you want, and keep moving it in. I think that looks about right. And then go to quantity. I'm going to start with 50 and go up from there. Okay, let's try 55. Let's try 60. I'm sure there's a math equation that you could use to get the exact number and distance you need, but going off of looks is fine as well. I actually think that looks good. I'm going to leave it like that. So zoom out, and then I'm going to hit OK. And now you have a ribbed base. One final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet the top and fillet the inside. So first I'm going to fillet this top plane. So select it, hit F on your keyboard, and I'm going to do a 1 millimeter fillet. Hit OK. And then I'm going to fillet this bottom edge so there's not a sharp edge on the inside. So I'm going to select that bottom plane, fillet, F on my keyboard, and I'm going to do a 3 millimeter fillet there. Hit OK. And now it is ready to save. So I'm going to hit save here, ribbed base, enter. Then go over here to bodies, hit that down arrow, make sure it's selected. Go back to the top where it says ribbed base. right click, save as mesh, double check your settings, and hit OK. Ripped vase, and it's saved to the folder I want it. If it's not in the folder you want right here, hit those three dots, and then you can change your folder. Now I'm ready to take it into the slicer. All right, here I have it imported into the slicer. I'm going to keep all my settings as the default and slice it. All right, it's ready to go. And here is your final ribbed vase. Now, I would recommend only using fake flowers or dried up flowers rather than fresh flowers, because when you put water in this, it might seep in through the layer lines unless you look up some way to seal it properly. I can honestly say I haven't done my research on that, so I will be using this for fake flowers. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.